1:07.8 reaction time, Rob. You want to tweak that a little bit, but no problems with the ET and speed. 6:55, 330 kilometres an hour. A strong run.
Well, this is a little bit like Brett Stevens. Picture perfect. Right down the middle, no problem at all. You see him lean off the bike to get it back into the centre of the groove. Silvestro with a few problems with his bike, just misfiring there. But for Arthur Williams, that is a nice opening round.
Fantastic stuff. The White Knight, Jay Upton for Honda and Sprintex Superchargers. You can see Doug Green, of course, also a starter, if you can believe it, at the Perth Motorplex, but also moonlights as a crew member on the Jay Upton machine. But we've seen some improvement in this bike. Of course, he's thinking outside the square, running a 3-valve configuration on the engine.
Yeah, certainly it's been a tough year for Jay Upton because he's been trying to get on top of this new cylinder head combination. And for Leonard Azzopardi, well, it's been an interesting year of development for him. It's his first full season with his bike imported from Europe. It was the quickest drag racing motorcycle in Europe by far. And since he's landed it here, this thing has been getting quicker and quicker.
Well, riddle me this, Rob. Can this guy on screen now, Leonard Azzopardi for Olin Oils, take out an Andrew Top Bike Championship? But just in the meantime, Jay Upton a little apprehensive, not happy with the staging there.
Yeah, had some sort of problem. Everything now seems to be nice and calm. They're getting him set. Yeah, I think as a party, this bike is as quick as anything in the land, if not quicker. It's just a case of he has to get used to it. It's so different from what he's ridden in the past with his Suzuki Hayabusa. And the bike leaves so hard. And in the top end of the racetrack, the speed is coming at you so quickly. It's a case of he's just been riding it further and further down track under power each time, but still hasn't gone past about the 1,000-foot mark, which is, what, 300 metres. He's got another 100 metres of power left up his sleeve.
Unfortunately, an all too familiar tale for Jay Upton at times. A big explosion in the power plant, but Azzopardi, no such troubles. Another early click-off, but a 6.63, just under 300 kilometres an hour. Azzopardi's looking ominous.
You have a look here on the left side of screen. Flame, then a big engine explosion. Jay Upton's out of it. But Azzopardi, have a look when the flame goes out for him. Right there, that is at the 1,000-foot mark.
We're down to the final four, and I've got to say, this crowd has really piled in for this stage of the Snap-on Nitro Champs. Andrew Top Bike action. Arthur Williams, the flying Kiwi for stud welding, taking on leaping Leonard Azzopardi on the Olin Oils entry. This is a cracking semi-final.
We've got two fantastic semi-final pairings. Williams up against Azzopardi, and of course still to come we've got Stevens against McLean. And Top Bike has been getting stronger and stronger through the season, but I think this is probably the strongest pairings we've seen so far.
How about the bracket overall, Rob? You've obviously observed the Andrew Championship drag racing for some considerable time. How is the strength of Top Bike compared to its history?
I think it's at its peak, to be quite honest, when you've got the strength here and the depth. And you've got new blood coming into the bracket, the Parkers, etc. And of course, Jay Upton, we just know that he's going to get back on top of that bike. And all of a sudden, this won't be a 7-second bracket. Even now, these are all 6-second bikes or mid-6-second bikes in the semi-finals. Before too long, we're going to see low and maybe even 5s. Have a look at this. Arthur Williams, the Kiwi, he has been so strong.
Is an amazing drag race. Azzopardi takes it, yep, in a hole shot. The slower elapsed time, but Arthur Williams 0.2 of a second off the start line cost him the race.
A race in two parts. Absolute brilliant hole shot for Azzopardi. Look at the lead he's got there at the 330-foot mark. Have a look at the timers. At 1,000, well before 1,000 foot, the flame is out. He shuts it off. And then Williams charges him down, can't catch him. Great race.
Unbelievable racing here in Top Bike in front of a huge crowd at Western Sydney International Dragway. Troy McLean now, the heir apparent in the championship for Jack Daniels to take on his racing teammate, the boss, Brett Stevens. Well, Brett Stevens has consistently cranked 6.5-second passes at this event and bucket loads of speed out of the Harley as well.
you'd have to say that Stevens has had that little bit of advantage through qualifying in the first round, but Troy McLean, he's normally very quick on the reaction times, and he has an unbeatable lead in the Andrew Top Bike Championship. Confidence has never been higher. No team orders here. They are at it. They're both chasing a spot in the final.
Brett Stevens has had a bit of an up and down season by his standards. A lot of testing, a lot of research and development. He's got those steel blue eyes staring down the quarter mile. Troy McLean, he's been a journeyman. It's going to be a big win for him this championship, come what may, in this event.
Well, the conditions here, very good air, but the track temperature's cooling off. It's getting quite chilly out there.
Another terrific drag race. The boss, oh, he crosses over in the deep area.
That won't cost him the race, but he's still having trouble pulling this bike up like the first round, and he's in.